where are the best accounts on best footy accounts?
I was doing it now with how social media is. I think I'd be a bit more popular.
Snitches get stitches.
Yeah, as far as Rat Packs go, they were sort of the crop.
Liba's infamous 2016 Vietnam off-season trip.
Liba's here playing. I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, no, he's not.
He was playing in the ruck.
Yeah, no, he fucking called me up the night of and was like, what
no.
the fuck are you doing?
You know, when you came through, we're like, a tall Asian guy? But if you ever want to shoot Rush Hour 4, I'm the man. We can do it. We can do it together, baby.
Oh, hell no.
It's about that representation and being able to, like, kids to see themselves in you. Like, I wanted a job that gives back to people. I guess what I went through in footy and stuff, that I lean towards mental health. Homer, just like, he's so far my favourite character. Bevo was Homer. It's like talking about like you've been off with Daniel, haven't you?
Jongy, welcome to the Type Studios.
Thanks, mate. It's an honour to be here. It's a great setup in here.
It's the dungeon out in the West. I want to talk to you about not your footy career. I want to talk to you about your shitposting career, because I did some research and on Reddit it pulled up. I was going through and they're like, where are the best accounts on best footy accounts? And I was like kind of hoping Type Media gets a mention. Nah, doesn't get a mention, but it says Lin Jong, never forget. I mean, I've seen Shane Biggs never forget, but Lin Jong never forget.
Yeah, I'm not as active these days, but I like to think I peaked too early. If I was doing it now with how social media is, I think I'd be a bit more popular.
Oh man, you were ahead of your time. The stuff that you were putting out. So January 16, 2019, it picked up. You had your school photo, and for some reason, you know when they have the watermark, it's got Aussie. I don't know where it was. It had Aussie, and in the captions you've got 99% chance to not steal your girl. Yeah. Was it that something like that, or was that
something along those lines? I can't remember what that trend was. I think it was something along the lines of, posting an old photo of yourself where, I think, I looked like a bit of a dickhead. But that was...
You had the full spiky hair going
That was
too.
a trend when I was my age. That would have been about 15 or 16. Would have been in year 10 or something. So back then, thought it was cool. And then, from memory, that trend was something along the lines of that. So pretty low effort, pretty shit posting.
Dude, you were so ahead of your time. I mean, this kind of stuff is what people love these days. I mean, Dan Gorringe has made a career out of it. And I feel like you were ahead of your time, and then you just went, nah, just it's not my thing. Content's not my thing.
Yeah, I think I tried to focus on footy a bit too much, and
how dare you?
That didn't pan out too well for me in the end, because I'm on the couch sitting here now.
Look at that. He's on the couch. He's in the Type studio. So obviously, it didn't work out well. This is where people come when their careers obviously don't go well. But yours went well.
It's also good to have a good laugh and look back on those times.
And you were real funny. You were a character off the field to the point where you're getting mentioned in Reddit chats. And there's another one here, and if there's a Simpsons one, it always catches my eye. It's man getting hit by football, which you posted on April 9th, 2018.
This is I'm thinking about this now because I'm recalling it. This was such a shit post that I had to record it off my phone on the laptop.
Saw that. You did.
So it's so low quality, really bad, but I love taking the piss out of myself. So still got a few laughs, I think. And it wasn't that.
You were doing big numbers. You were doing massive numbers back then.
What was that, 5,000 views or something?
That's 5,000 likes back then.
Yeah, okay, right.
That currency that'd be like 50K nowadays, man. We're onto it. That's huge.
I told you I peaked too early.
The fact that you were recording your laptop is even greater, because nowadays you've got footage on TikTok or someone will rip it. You went and recorded your laptop, which is pretty funny.
If I now think of it, if I go back and watch, it'll be so low quality, and I think from memory on top of that, the laptop was half cracked and stuff like that. So it's so shit. It's so bad.
No, it's great. And then the final one that I saw was obviously when you hurt your shoulder, or I think you got injured. I wasn't sure whether it was your shoulder one, but it was 2019, so that definitely wasn't the shoulder. It was something else. You got injured April 24th. And you went the whole GTA, shit, here we go again.
Yeah.
That was better.
Yeah, I think that one, it was, definitely off the back of an injury or something. Or maybe it was, I think I burst my appendix, and I think I just come back from injury. I think it was literally, I did a hamstring. It was 10-week hamstring. just got back from my first game and then burst my appendix the week after. So, again, that sums up my career. That's meme, I think, that GTA one.
The GTA one. It's so good. But that was the evolution. And I'm like, this is so good. I wish you kept that up, man. Because that was fire. That's what everyone wanted. And like, I can't believe that was almost 10 years ago. And speaking of 10 years ago, that was when the Doggies won the flag. And I know you had the shoulder. Yes, and I'm sure you've spoken about it many times.
No, not too many.
I was going through your Instagram and I saw it pop up and like, I think you're in a hospital bed. You're like, oh, shoulder. And you're like talking about which one is it, left or right? So what happened in that situation where you're like, I'm just going to tape up the other one? You're like, screw it.
Yeah. Well, I guess it wasn't my original idea. I didn't sort of come in being like, hey, we should try this out. Definitely came into the game like very sore and very aware that things were still a bit tender and stuff. And then, before the game sort of started, maybe like half an hour before, they're like, the physios and the doctors were like, we think you should tape your opposite shoulder. And I'm sort of like, oh, what for? Like, for me, it's like, well, if I'm playing, I don't want to seem like I'm injured. So if I tape the wrong shoulder, that's sort of in my head, it's like, oh, well, I'm still injured. And they sort of like, well, just like minimal tape. Like it's not even going to do anything. It's just there for show. If you don't like it, like just rip it off. It doesn't matter. So I was like, oh, yep, sweet. All good, no worries. And then, before the first sort of bounce, a few of the Casey boys just came up and tested it and just like, smashed me for the whole day. So, it was a good trick in the end.
That's such a good trick and such a good story too. And I think there's a rule now where you can't, if a player's injured, you can't actually target it. You think about it, it's like times have changed.
Yeah, knowing my luck, that probably came in the year after that. But I honestly, I didn't think like they would because I was like, I'm not worth the trouble or the attention to do that.
Yeah, no, you definitely were. You had a pretty good game.
I mean, in the end, but I didn't think it was going to be a thing like at all. I think because I wouldn't.
When did you come out and say that revealed? They would have felt so stupid after that.
Well, I think someone, I can't remember, but I think like the internet picked up on it. And then, that's where it became the story. I think, but honestly, after the game, my good shoulder, so my left shoulder, which they kept hitting, like I could barely lift it up because they just kept going after.
That was your good shoulder too.
More sore than the other collarbone, but the plate ended up bending because we got it rescanned after just to make sure. But there's a bit of a bend in it in the end.
How close were you to playing the following week? Like, I'm sure you've answered this, but I want to know this unfiltered. This is what we do at Type. This is unfiltered. You've been out of the game for so long. You can swear.
I just got over the trauma, actually.
You just got over the trauma. Let's bring it back up.
The 10-year reunion.
So,
look, I mean, I like to think I was close. I'd like to think, if someone got hurt, I might have been the next in. But, I mean, like I had a conversation with Bevo. They, pick the team, and so they go around, chat to the blokes who aren't or are not playing and stuff. And so, he sort of came up to me and just let me know the team's going in unchanged and stuff, but thanks for the efforts and stuff. So, it definitely felt like I did all that I possibly could. And, I mean, come finals times, it's pretty hard to change a winning team. So, it was obviously hurt then, but I mean, it is what it is.
You still want to flag. You probably look back at it and you're like, I want to flag. Best on ground. You can gloat about that now. Don't be modest here.
No, like I guess it's part of my, legacy and career. Like a lot of people they'll come up and say how great that story is. Look, I did feel a bit bad because I didn't play too many VFL games that year. So it felt like partially I was taking someone's spot. But I think overall when I look back on it, it's like, it's a pretty cool story and one of sort of resilience. I know everyone talks about the trickery of it, but I think for me, it's like personally like a really resilient thing to do and hopefully inspiring in some ways. I don't think you took
anyone's spot. I mean, it's vindicated by your efforts in that final. So, I mean, you were a big part of that team throughout the season. That was one of the most interesting sides that we've seen because it was quite a big jump and it was, I mean, you guys didn't finish that high on the ladder. You finished, I think, somewhere around 7. You had to do it the hard way. But what was interesting about it was the culture. Right? And we can talk about it now, unfiltered. I mean, snitches get stitches. I have to say that. But what are some of the stories that you remember from that season? Because you guys had a Rat Pack. And I mean, that now, if you look at it 10 years on, if you told me that Liba would be the last one standing from that team, I'd be like, what? But how was it like that during that season? Was there any interesting stories?
It was sort of like a funny transition period, I think, from like when Bevo came in 2015, like I don't think anyone really expected anything of us, and we were quite sort of young, and I think sort of that older crop from all those sort of successful years in finals and the prelims and stuff kind of finished up. So there was a lot of sort of young guys left, and so I think just like culture-wise, the mix of the young and the old fellas there, like someone like Matthew Boyd, for example,
How did he put up with you? Shit.
well, when I first got there, he was like the scariest bloke ever to me.
Yeah.
He was like, I think he was like sort of a mentor sort of thing, and I was just so scared of him. But then sort of years on, like when he sort of wasn't captain, and he was like one of the funniest guys I remember. So going from like this scary figure who like you wouldn't want to do anything wrong around him to like one of these like really funny sort of older blokes in the club who just like gelled with everyone. But yeah, there was, I mean, I don't know if I can think of too many sort of instances with the Rat Pack, but like I remember guys like Big Z, Dal and Liba and Jack Redpath, they were sort of usually up to no good, but no, they still got their stuff done, and maybe just had a bit more fun along the way.
I just remember running into those boys every time you'd have like a Falls festival. This is a long, long time ago, and you'd just see it. And Jack Redpath was great, good value, very good value, and it was during the peak era of Falls, as well. And
I think as far as Rat Packs go, they were sort of the crop, I think, but like they were like again part of that culture and part of why everyone got along so well, and they were super nice to everyone. There wasn't any sort of like different groupings here and there. You gravitate towards your friends and stuff, but like everyone throughout the whole list got along really well.
Some of the older boys were Boydie. You had, I mean, Bob Murphy felt like he was old, but I don't think he was that old. But anyway, he could be. Who else was like one of the wise men in the team?
I think Gia, when he was sort of on his way out, I'd put Easton Wood as he was younger, but
he was young at heart. I remember seeing Easton Wood.
But he was one of those annoying blokes who thought he was professional and old and stuff. I'm mates with him, so I can say
I love that.
No, he was one of those try-hard old guys.
We love that though.
But I'm thinking of Keithy and Bob. Dale Morris, sorry.
Dale Morris. With the broken ribs.
Yeah.
Broken back, sorry.
Yeah, blokes like him, those blokes like were just, like as good as it is to have like a young emerging team, you need older guys like that. And those old blokes were like, the nicest guys ever. So I think everything just sort of meshed so well that year.
I try to imagine the shift at the moment. I mean, like if I had to imagine Dale Morris having Instagram, that would be the most funniest thing, because it's been such a shift in the culture and what we're doing. Like I look at someone like a Jack Gunston. I'm like, I don't even know if Jack Gunston has Instagram, but he probably does. But back then, all the old heads, if they had it, was there anyone that would just like rip into you guys for just doing dumb stuff? And who would it be?
That would be Matt Boyd usually. So I guess sometimes, as any footy club, like I think definitely there was some blokes who would be putting up some sort of funnier things or things that sort of a bit more cringy. I won't name names.
Snitches get stitches, but not here exactly. Type. You're immune from that.
Yeah, but there's always. You call it banter / bullying. It's teetering on the line of both. So
that was footy culture back then. And
definitely. And I think, me and like my old mate Jack McRae, we talk about how people post now. It's like if we did that when we first got in, we would be bullied till we didn't do it anymore. But I think definitely these days it's much more you just celebrate people for who they are, and I think that's the way it should be.
All the TikToks and everyone dancing and like Forgotten Stars. Shout out Forgotten Stars is always one to get on. And I'm like, you're a boomer, Forgotten Stars. Yeah, but it's funny seeing that and then the fine system. But I think you guys were the ones where you guys were just like, fuck the system. We're gonna do it our way.
Yeah.
And then the old heads, they like kudos to them. They weren't so stubborn in their way.
Yeah.
Because what happens in this situation is that you guys are coming through the future of the club. You are future and present. Sometimes it could feel like a bit jarring. Yeah. And it just felt like it went all the right way. And obviously you guys won the flag. How was Bevo through the whole thing? Because he was in his second year.
Yeah, he was great. I think, we sort of, it was pretty, there was a bit of turmoil at the end of 2014. So when he came in, it was definitely a big sort of, fresh air for everyone. Everyone just felt like a bit of just a sense of relief. It's just like a fresh start and a clean slate. And he came in and talked about his I guess, method and what he expected of us as a team and as a player and who he is as a person.
Yeah.
It was very sort of related around, doing what you can do and then helping someone else along the way. And I think everyone sort of, definitely jumped on board, and it was pretty refreshing from what we were maybe used to. And and I think culture-wise as well, it wasn't so much just, in the locker room, get with the system, get with what we do. It was, very more sort of embracing and accepting.
So funny. I remember the first thing that came out was like, he's a big skater. And I'm like, how is this guy a skater? He loves skating. But like one thing that resonates with like Bevo is that he'll protect you guys.
Yeah.
But he'll go hard as hell at like journos and whoever comes at the club, which is kind of what you want, especially in a playing group, to be like, yep, we're going to war with this guy. Yeah.
Yeah. I think definitely like, I mean, when I played, like you definitely got the sense that he has the team's back and the players' backs, and especially in the media, you see him, go at a few journalists and stuff.
You're not welcome here.
Yeah. So I definitely think it just comes from a protective sort of place. Like it's not like huge malice. It's just like the team's his family and he's trying to protect his family kind of thing.
And I love, as someone who loves his pop culture references, I love how many times he just refers to movies and uses themes all the time, and it's very unk. I mean, he's beyond unk status, but I mean, you're at unk status now.
Yeah,
so.
I've got a few
but you're good, man. I want to see more posting in the content world. You played an interesting time where there was a shift in, like, I guess the way everyone is operating. You said the young guard was coming through. Instagram socials were starting to blow up. People were moving off MySpace. There was a Facebook era. That's what I would like to say. You were in the Facebook era. Was there any interactions online or in person where you're just like, what the hell's going on here? Like any strange ones from a supporter, opposition players?
I think it's just like when I first started, it's like the access you have to players is just so different. Like the ability to just send a player an Instagram DM and stuff. And like, it's easy to just say, don't check him. But sometimes you can just be a bit curious, or even if you don't, like it might just come up on Twitter and, Twitter, things like, on the radio they used to do like, here's a top 3 worst on grounds, or like, there's things that were on Twitter like that. Even if you didn't go around opening up, DMs, for example, that was, I think when I started that, like that was a sort of a new thing. And different parts where that really put me off social media. Like I'd stop following at the AFL Instagram account because I didn't want to think about footy. And
hopefully you didn't. No, I wasn't around back then, but it's funny you say that, because like one of the mantras that I like try to keep is like, I want to stay positive as much as possible. But at the end of the day, it is footy and you can be critical, but in a way where it's just like not personal. Yeah. Like I always say, if I'm saying something, I want to be able to walk, like let's say I said something about you, but I want to be able to walk past you and still be able to shake a hand and be like, what's going on? Like I think that's the most important thing. And I reckon hopefully a lot of pages stick by that. It's very hard because everyone kind of hides behind, like, I don't care. I put my face out there because I need to be accountable, right? And then there's a lot of pages that are there, especially back in the day. I remember there used to be like AFL banter or something like that. That's just, you don't even see who's there. Yeah. And they'd be potting players. And I'm like, fuck, that's brutal. Yeah.
So I think, definitely there was a period when the social media was coming more and more, and going from Facebook, and then Instagram was a big thing and stuff, and Twitter was coming out, and so I think that change was a lot going through it and stuff, and I think now it's just like a whole different world, and like I've not really been involved in playing footy, and then this whole new sort of era of that. But
no TikTok dances from you, Jongy.
But I managed to get through, and I'm glad I don't play these days.
Did you guys have a way of dealing with that internally? Because it was such a big thing, right? Like the hate, and also, I mean, with gambling and stuff, people even now to this day, you see people being like, "You cost me my multi" and whatnot. If you guys, did you have a clear direction on how to handle that as a club, and even as a playing group? Would you have, your leaders and stuff come around you and be like, fuck this is how we're going to deal with it?
I don't think there was so much like a step-by-step process. Like it was all on sort of a personal level. It's like, if it's affecting you this way, you can, like, definitely the club's like, if anyone's coming at you online, just come speak to us. They've got, a team who can sort of source something, or they can reach the police if it's getting to a serious level. So it sort of depended on the individual, I guess, how much they could cop or willing to cop. So like definitely, like at the Dogs, for example, there was, you could easily just reach out to say like the welfare manager and have a chat to him and they can sort of follow that up. Like sometimes you don't want to put it out there because you maybe feel embarrassed or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. It's a different mindset.
Yeah, it's all on individual.
Such a weird space to be in, especially because you guys were the first time. Like, you know, we hadn't seen anything like that before. But anyway, you just took it your own way and you went, I'm going to make some shit posting and be really good at it. Man, I wish you did this like now. It'd be sick. I need an intern.
Yeah,
I need you there, man.
Yeah.
You're ahead of your time. But let's go back, and one of the funniest things that came out of that, and like I said, snitches get stitches, but I'm sure I'll be more than happy for you to spread some information about this. If we talk about 2016, we're going to talk about Liba. Liba's infamous 2016 Vietnam off-season trip. I mean, snitches get stitches, but feel free to share whatever you can with this.
Nah, well, I'm mates with Liba now, but we have a bit of a joke around. Like in my first few years, he wouldn't talk to me because he was part of this like cool group, or he's too cool to chat to anyone else. So I think I wasn't that close with him in 2016. We're definitely closer friends now. But yeah, I found out like everyone else. I just saw it on. Actually, my brother-in-law messaged in my like family Facebook group chat. Because he was playing in that tournament.
Yeah, right.
What was it?
It's just some random tournament where like expats.
Yeah, so he was
go play.
My brother-in-law was playing for the Philippines, and he messaged. So maybe I found it a bit sooner rather than anyone else. Because he's like, "Oh, Libby's here playing." I'm like,
"What do you mean?
What are you talking about?" And like, no, he's not.
He's playing in the ruck.
Yeah, I'm like maybe saw someone who looks like him. He's like, no, he's playing in the tournament, like in a team. I was like, no, and then like. I guess I was a bit younger, so I'm like, you just don't do that kind of stuff.
Whatever. Yeah, I mean, that time they just kind of had a bit more leeway, whatever. And it just kind of adds to the enigma of Liba. Like, we love it. And, like, his growth has been crazy. Like, he's doing some amazing work now. I think he's doing a bit of social work.
Yeah.
We tried to do some content with him at the Dogs, but he's not that kind of guy. I said, let's do some Seinfeld references, and he's like, nah, not me, man.
Yeah, he tries to be this mysterious guy.
And like, man, it's a dream to get some content out of him. And I'm like, dude, I'm not going to do it cringe. I'm not going to make you do any TikTok dances and stuff. I'm a big fan because I think he paved the way. Like him, had bigs yourself. You didn't have to be this like footballer where you had to be the cliche.
Yeah.
You can be weird. And we love it.
Yeah, definitely.
Nerdiness and
you probably went wrong because you didn't offer him cash, and then he would have done it.
Yeah, he would have cash. I've heard. Awesome free stuff. I sent him the hat and typed hat. And don't know what happened with it, but that's all right. Yeah, like it was a changing of the guard. Like when seeing Liba obviously run amok there, playing in the ruck, shave his head, and then obviously Shane Biggs, never forget. Looking like an Eshe, still looks like an Eshe.
Yeah,
he was an Eshe before it was cool to look like an Eshe with his TNs, and hearing some funny stories about that. But yeah, it was hilarious. It was wild. When we first saw it, I was like, man, this is crazy. I don't know what he's doing.
Yeah.
But Premiership Liba is on another level.
Yeah, well, he's definitely a different person now, but like, I think it's all out in the public. Like he's had some stuff that's happened when he was younger and stuff, but when you look at him now and, with the group and stuff and coming up for vice captaincy and
massive,
everything like that, like, he's one of the all-time greats.
Yeah, it takes a lot of reflection as well and growth, and just to see that from someone who's just a footy fan watching it, seeing young Liba to what he is now, and I'm like, it's always like funny to see that.
Yeah,
obviously we don't know what's happening internally and whatnot, but like just to see him, it looks happy. Looks great.
He's still that weirdo. For sure,
which is great. You just don't have to be this like cliche footballer.
Yeah,
just be weird, embrace it.
Yeah,
we love that. Was there anyone else that I would say was like best on ground or best off ground in terms of their off season in 2016?
I think that was like, I think Luke Dalhouse was there with him, but he obviously didn't play, I don't think. But I think, as I said, those usual suspects, Bigsy and Red, them at the Mad Monday celebrations.
Shout out Railway.
Yeah, Railway. Yeah. There's no one else who could compete with them, and they put some performances on.
Yeah, the Railway from what I've heard, the Railway looked after you guys. And there's I was thinking there was some funny images and stuff that was circulating around. You guys would have hated it, the fact that there was like press and stuff around. It's like, I think Liba waiting for an Uber, which is like the famous one.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh man, that sucks. It was like the Daily Mail. Because you guys had like this rock star feel to it, winning that premiership, and everyone was like, oh, look at these guys. And then it was very, very cool. So did Redpath, did he play how much longer did he play? Season or two?
I think he played in 20. He might have retired in 2017.
Yeah.
His knees were just shot. So, he should have played for a lot longer.
And then you miss Billy Gowers. For a second, I thought Billy Gowers played in 2016. Had to get that clarified, and he played in, I think, your second last year.
Yeah, I think we might have had a few years together, a couple.
Yeah.
He played at Footscray, I think, for a year, and then he got picked up from there.
Snagged goals for fun. Now he's kicking balls as a 29-year-old, or kicking football as a 29-year-old.
He's killing it
in college. It's a weird system out in the States, but you guys paved the way, and now look at the team. I mean, it's crazy to think Liba is still going, and they're doing some cool stuff. Bont's still there as well. Bont's the one that gets forgotten. He was there in 2016. How was he like that year?
He was off. I mean, sort of, we've run out of words to say about him, but even like those going from, I think 2015 was like his super breakout year. I remember like in the off season, like sort of seeing him in the off season come back, and was like, he was just like, a completely different body and just like, was a boy become a man kind of thing. But like, 2016, he just, clearly took it up another level.
What's his personality like? I mean, we see a little bit of it. I feel like when you've got this burden of being a captain of a football club, you kind of have to just be this like prototype.
Yeah.
And we don't really see too much of the personality. You just see a lot of it. It's like media trained.
Yeah.
How was he like? Because I feel like you can sense the aura. You can sense that he's got a little bit of a personality. What's he like?
No, he's pretty low key funny. I'd say he is great on the beers. Like one of the greats on the beers.
I'd love to hear.
We had his wedding last year.
Oh, you got an invite. Buku
Yeah.
said his invite's still stuck in the mail.
Who said that?
Buku. I spoke to him.
No, Buku was he not there? No. He wasn't there.
God, that's sorry,
Shit,
Buku.
sorry,
I must have thrown him on the bus.
So that was like great fun and like just super like generous, down to earth. I think he likes to keep things sort of pretty private,
which is fair enough. I mean, the footy media is just it's non-stop, hey?
Yeah,
it's non-stop. I mean, you found out when you did your tour of Collingwood.
Yes, I did. Well,
that's 2018.
No, that was 2016 as well.
2016.
Yeah.
You're like, we might be winning a flag, but I'm dipping, guys.
Yeah. Well, like, and that was even 2016. Like the social media stuff wasn't that huge, I would say.
Did someone snap a photo? What happened? Some journo just happened to be there while you were...
No, there was some VFL players for Collingwood who were like doing a gym session. So I mean,
they get stitches, man.
Yeah, they were like, you want to have a look around and stuff. Yeah. And funnily enough, like they were going to pick me up when I first got drafted. They were like, we're going to take you with our pick in the rookie draft. So, whatever interviews that you have left, just see how you go, sort of thing. And then the Dogs never said anything. So, in my head, I was 100% going to Collingwood. And then the Dogs picked me up before.
Yeah.
When they're like, do you want to have a look around? I was like, I've already seen this stuff, sort of thing. So.
It was a stitch up. It was,
yeah.
And then the blowback after that was crazy. Like the media was all over it.
Well, my manager called and was like, they're going to run with this story. And I'm like, literally like, I'm not even a good player. Like, why is this worth talking about?
Nah, you were good, man.
But I mean, like now that's another sort of thing people bring up with me. It's not so much my actual playing career. It's either like how much I got injured, the collarbone story, or the Collingwood thing.
I felt bad putting this all in the run sheet.
No.
But I want to hear the unfiltered version. I feel like, I've heard you on Dylan Friends talk about a few of these things, but I just want to just really tap into some of the things here. Now, it's been a lot of time.
It was just like so much bigger than what I anticipated.
Yeah.
So I was like, I was super stressed. Like I was only 22 or something like that.
Yeah. A lot of promise. Like,
yeah, what the fuck is going on? Like, why is everyone making such a big deal about this? Because my manager's like, yep, let's do this. So I'm like, yeah, sweet, sounds good. So he stitched me up there quite a bit.
How was it? How did you feel? Did you feel sick in the stomach when you felt like it was out there? And you said the boys would fine you for anything.
Yeah. It was almost like it was too big of a thing to be a fine. Like you fine people for other small things, but
small things.
Like when it's like coming into the club the next day, like I was shitting myself, and the boys said, what it's like in a footy club, like once you get wind of something, you latch onto it. It's like, oh geez, you look nervous and stuff. And walking in the physio room to start the day, everyone's either like just having a laugh at me, but it's better when people are actually bagging you rather than they're not saying a thing.
Yeah, then it becomes awkward, right?
Yes. That's always a thing at a footy club, I feel.
I feel like 10 years ago, the times are different. If it was to happen now, I don't think it's as big of a deal because this player movement is like, it happens, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's like normal. Like we saw Sam Mitchell and Zach Merrin and all that kind of stuff. I mean, that wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel like 10 years ago would have been crazy. Did Bevo have a chat with you about it?
Yeah, just a brief chat. He fucking called me up the night of and was like, what the fuck are you doing? I'm like, fuck, I don't know.
And he's so like, that like he's got loyalty probably tattooed somewhere.
Yeah. And I think, like, to be fair, I think it was more so like the distraction it brings on because I think at that point it was like maybe middle of the year.
Yeah.
Or 2/3, and we're going really well and we're pushing for finals, and like, what's this going to do to the team? And sort of, and he also said, like, how can I play you? Like, how can the boys trust you and stuff? But yeah, for like, I mean, half the boys are like, the only thing you did wrong was get caught, and
because it happens.
Yeah, definitely happens. And then, well,
did you figure out who leaked it? It was the VFL boys, or
the VFL boys,
Collingwood VFL boys, sorted out, boys. Like seriously,
but they got the contract talks going, so that was sort of, it was a silver lining.
True.
But
True.
Yeah, that was like, again, it was super stressful, and I think Bevo called me again that night because he's spoken to the list manager, Jason McCartney, and he sort of said, mate, these things happen, like, we do the same thing.
And you know what? You went on to win the flag, no distraction.
Yeah, maybe that was the thing that we needed to
in
get
fact,
the
instead
boys
of
going.
Bevo calling up Bob Murphy, he should have been like, Jongy, come up here, mate. I want to give you your
I would have
medal.
liked to see that. Was actually like, it's a butterfly effect, if that doesn't come out, we don't win the flag.
Exactly.
I reckon.
Maybe that's the thing. I mean, we were talking about people sending messages and DMs and stuff, and I noticed one of our favourites, Jaden Nguyen. He have you found out some of the DMs that he was sending you that he had to delete once he made the league and realised that?
I didn't know about that story.
But
I mean, a couple of people sent it to me, and I think I had a good laugh about it, and then I think we ended up having a training session together. And then, I think that's when he said he sort of followed and refollowed, and I was like, I better follow this guy back now.
Nui's actually such a legend, and it feels weird because I'm a lot older than him.
Yeah.
And but he's from the same side of town. We went to the same high school, so just kind of same kind of people.
Yeah.
And the community. I had a lot of Vietnamese friends, so like I understand the culture, and it's just hilarious. And then we've connected well, and then I saw him say that, and I was like, oh, this is hilarious because I reckon I've got a few as well when I was a little younger, sending some messages, and I'm like, I had to delete them. They're like nice ones though, but they're just cringy. They're just nice.
Yeah, for sure.
I never thought I would play at AF. Like I thought, I used to like just look up to AFL players in a sense where I'm like, oh my God, amazing. And I'd just send messages being like, oh, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks for speaking out. Or like just like really nice messages, hoping that maybe you get like a thumbs up.
Yeah.
Like when you're in high school, you just, I remember sending a few just randomly. I don't even know why. Mitch Robinson. Like, just a random one. But then, like, it's funny to hear someone like he's in the league now. He's like, I just deleted all of them.
It was a good story. Like it's a funny story. But then when it came up, it's like it was so humbling for me. It's just like, for someone to say they looked up to me, and then it's always nice and that. But then when he go on to play AFL, and I think when he played his first game and stuff, just, shot a message here and there and stuff, and check in and see how he's going and stuff. So it was like super, super humbling. Like it was a funny story, but then it also made me reflect and be like, fuck, that's pretty cool.
You
like,
left the mark, man.
Yeah.
For sure.
So it was nice, and like it's funny going back to like DMing. I would have been all over Lenny Hayes.
Is there any funny DMs that you left? Come on, man.
No. Well, I think that was before. Like that's what I mean. Like if I had that access to that, I'd be sending Lenny Hayes from the Saints like so many messages.
The fake Lenny Hayes account that's on MySpace. Hey, great game, Lenny.
So that was like sort of like a full circle moment for me.
No, it was huge because like I'm a Western Suburbs boy. Nui's a Western Suburbs boy as well. And then I think when we saw you out there, we're like, wow, that's sick. Like even everyone was like, man, Lin Jong, that's awesome. And then you had character too, so it was hilarious. So we were all on the train, man. We were like smashing. Like a lot of my mates, like when you're out this side of town, multicultural footballers.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't really have anyone to look up to because you're just like, all right, the footballers look a certain way, and that's nothing against it. It's just like private school, the same kind of thing.
Yeah.
And when you came through, we're like, a tall Asian guy? Can we check his birth certificate? Is he actually?
Well, people always come up to me in person now. They're like, "Oh, you're so much taller than what I thought." Because I think
your rents aren't
there's
that tall,
stereotype.
right?
Pardon?
Your parents aren't that tall.
Dad's like around 6 foot. Mum's tiny. That's
crazy, man.
Yeah.
So you were born here.
Yep, born here.
Yeah.
It's like interesting when you say like, I think when I was sort of playing, it's like how do you leave your footprint, or how do you people call it trailblazing, whatever. And I'm just like I don't really know what that means or how to do it and stuff. And I think the simple act of like being on TV, people being able to see you, or kids being able to see themselves in you. Because for me, like I couldn't see like Asian footy players.
Yeah.
So I'm like, Asians don't play footy for them. Yeah. So then, looking back, it's just like, it's about that representation and being able to, like, kids to see themselves in you. Like, So that was sort of something I always sort of strive to do.
Yeah. And it's like you being your authentic self. Like Madge did the same thing. Madge, like when he was there, you would never seen a South Sudanese player come in, just like, wow. And like look what it's paved. Like maybe a Chol, Aaliyah, and now you've got Jaden. Hopefully Jaden does the same thing moving forward as well.
Yeah.
But my biggest question was like, how the hell is this guy so tall? My brother has a theory. So my brother wasn't born here; he was born in Sri Lanka, and like I grew up here like most of my life anyway. So he goes, "It's the nutrients, man. It's the nutrients. Like you've just hit your genetic potential. That's what it is.
So I think so. I definitely got it all. Like mum's is like I reckon 5'2", if that. So definitely must have got it all from dad, I think.
How was it like telling him? Like when did you start playing footy?
So I started like playing at a local club when I was 15.
Yeah.
So pretty like late as far as playing footy and stuff goes. But like I told dad, and dad like knew what footy was and stuff. And mum like she didn't really. She's like, I don't really want you to play, but
yeah, fair enough.
She's like, I don't care about sports. You just do whatever you want. Yeah. And dad was like, yeah, go for it. Like, do whatever you want.
Yeah, that's funny. And then, so 15 is pretty late to play. Do you have mates just rope you in, just be like, hey, let's go play?
Pretty much. It's like I went to a public school, so we didn't have those sort of like weekly, like Saturday games. We just did like a round robin. Like you literally played 4 games of footy for one day, and then. Like my mates, like, just why don't you come like join sort of the local team?
Club,
like I sort of always wanted to play, but there definitely was hesitancy. Just like I don't know, being Asian, I'm like Asians don't play footy, or I feel like out of place, or like I don't know, just self conscious about it. I don't know.
That's totally
why.
Fair, man. I had the same.
Yeah. So once I got over that barrier, and then it was lucky that I was pretty good when I was a junior, so it's just like, oh well, he's good, so it's all good.
Were you just always like athletic and were you tall back then?
I was probably sort of like grew and then sort of stopped. So I used to play ruck when I was in the under 15s.
I'm the same. I was just uncoordinated though, and I didn't grow any taller.
So it helped me. Like I used to play basketball, and so was sort of athletic enough to just get by. Like couldn't kick and stuff, and couldn't do much else, but could run. Yeah,
that's all you need when you're that young, and then you just push through the system. And
exactly.
And before you know it, you're on a Bulldogs list.
Well, I think they sort of look at that and they're like, oh, he looks like he's got potential. Like he's pretty shit now, but he could be.
I don't think he's going to grow anymore.
It's like we can teach him how to do this stuff, but he's got some sort of attributes. So I think that's just sort of took a punt on it.
I'm so shocked. Like going back to this in terms of your content, like it blows my mind because you're naturally very funny with your dry humor.
Yeah.
And I've seen you pop up in some podcasts here and there. I've seen you. One of the earliest ones I saw you was on Dylan Friends.
Yeah.
Love that. That was awesome. Was it the 46? You were explaining something about wearing that jumper. The 40. Did you wear a 46?
Yeah. So I that was my number at Oakley Chargers, like when I played TAC Cup. And so I don't know if it was a coincidence, but then they gave me that number. But then once I played. Once I got drafted, I came to realise all the shit players get the high numbers.
I was going to say the higher the number.
So, maybe in my head I convinced myself they knew I had 46 in the Oakley Chargers, but turns out I was just a shit
Did you ever get
kicker.
offered a lower number? I think that was a thing
I did.
About.
But and we joked about it because the way when I first got there, the locker setup was it's like you had your 1 to 16 like in a row, so here.
Yeah.
And then like 17 to, let's say, 30 in the middle, and then 31 and above. And we used to always call it the Bronx, like, and then there's like Turak, and then whatever middle suburb in the middle.
That.
So like it's funny, like we joked around other blokes who were around there for a while, like everyone just comes and goes in the Bronx. Like you don't get these
you
like
don't stay there for a
set
while,
locker mates. They just blokes come for a couple of years and then they go. But yeah, I got offered to change, but like
You said nah.
yeah, and my parents
Stay
are a
in the
bit
Bronx,
like,
baby.
yeah, my parents are a bit like, it's lucky, it's
True.
lucky number
That's
and
true.
stuff.
Who are your locker buddies?
Oh geez.
You wouldn't even know because they didn't play.
Yeah, well, I had 8th Cordy, originally it was 49.
Yep. Is that the highest number?
50 is the highest.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I had Jack Redpath, who was 43. Like he was sort of there for quite
Bronx,
a while.
baby.
Yeah. And then Tim English actually was there he's still there.
Yeah, is he still there?
Yeah.
What
But then
numbers
other
is it?
blokes, just sort of come in and out of that area.
It's funny because like back to the content side of things, I would have 100% said this guy's either going to start his own podcast and it's going to be dry as hell, but we're all going to love it because there's a place for it now. People like want Shane Biggs every time. People want that. People want your style of humor. Have you ever thought about it?
Not particularly.
Yeah.
No, I think I feel like I'd be shit canning podcasts, but for me, when I finished footy, and honestly, this is not taken away from podcasts and people in media, I was like, originally I wanted to be a teacher.
Yeah, nice.
But just like that didn't eventuate. And I wanted a job that gives back to people.
But way to make me feel like
sorry,
shit.
in saying that, like you do in different, and what I came to realize, is that doesn't look like just one thing or another. That doesn't mean you have to be, a paramedic.
Yeah.
You can give back to people in so many different ways. It's not just like, one thing to do. But then for me and, I guess what I went through in footy and stuff, that I lean towards mental health. So that's why, sorry, that was a long-winded answer, but that's
good.
why
I
hadn't really thought about any sort of media podcast stuff.
Yep.
And so I was just focused on, what can I do that I feel like it gives back to people, because that selfishly gives me a lot, and that's what, I sort of love in life. And
it makes a lot of sense. And I think as I've gotten older, so I used to do a bit of social work and used to do that kind of stuff. Now I've kind of fallen into content. I love it. It's just made a hobby a job. And I like, to the point you were saying, is that you can find other ways to contribute and give people back. Like at the start when I was doing this, I'm like, what am I actually contributing? I'm making some memes. I'm doing some skits. And then I thought about it. I'm like, if I can pave the way for someone that doesn't feel like they belong in that media space, very similar to how you did with your footy, then man, I've done something. Good.
Like you create a community as well, and your reach you have is like, far bigger than what it, I'm talking about me giving back, but it's like your reach and stuff is a lot further than that. And so that's why, I wasn't chicaning. It's just like, I just came to realize, people just do that in so many different ways. And,
for sure.
But maybe I should now.
No, you're a good man. But if you ever want to shoot Rush Hour 4, I'm the man. We can do it. We can do it together, baby. Rush Hour 4, it's coming. If you ever wanted to jump on the content, we could actually create that podcast. Let's
That'd
do
be
it.
a good skit.
That would be a very good skit. I'll hold you to that. Maybe. I mean, it's a 10-year anniversary. Might even get Buku involved. Have you seen him?
I do love Rush Hour. It's a great
great
series.
Man, it hasn't aged well. But I've got a folder that's got Rush Hour, and it's just like all of like Lee and Carter. Yeah. He's like, no one likes you. Not even your mum likes you.
You couldn't, if you made it now, it's like Tropic Thunder. If you made it now, it'd be a bust. Or it wouldn't even cut out in cinemas probably.
Well, I know you're a big Simpsons fan, and I want to ask you who your favourite characters are, why, and if there's any iconic scenes that you just can't get out of your head.
Favorite characters. I mean, it feels like when someone asked me about The Office, it's like it's so hard not to say Michael Scott, but then I would say Homer. For The Simpsons, Homer and Bart.
You're a big Office fan, are you?
Yeah, I love
The Office too, and that's another one that can't be remade now.
Yeah, exactly.
Diversity Day. Don't go watch that episode.
First season, no way. But Homer just like he's so far my favorite character.
Yeah,
but
Homer.
Hank Scorpio.
Is the lead.
You
got my shoes? What does he do with the shoes? What's the quote? Have you ever seen a man to the...
Yeah, that's right. It was funny. I was talking to Jack McRae because one of these Insta pages, Criminal Simpsons or something, just did like the best episode, best Simpsons, like they did the brackets and stuff. I think that was maybe second.
They did the 5-finger discount. There's another page that does that.
Yeah, that's another one.
There's some good ones out there, man.
Yeah.
They inspired me to do what I did.
Yeah, I think that one was number one.
Yeah.
And then Marge vs. Monorail. That's my
Marge vs.
favorite
Monorail,
episode. Yeah. But I mean, yeah, it's pretty unoriginal, but I'd have to say Homer.
Homer's good. I think let's ask a deeper question here. What do you reckon Homer's like funniest moments have been, or like episodes?
Funniest moments.
I mean, he's been out to space. I'm just looking at the the
I was
poster behind him.
thinking of the Grimesy episode.
Oh, Grimesy's good.
And I feel like it's so relevant when now that I'm older, I'm like, I actually get why Grimesy just crashes out.
I totally understand
Because you see
Grimesy.
people in life like, well, how did you get in that position?
Yeah.
And they have, this family. It's like, you think about baby boomers. They've got all this and they've been so lucky in the generation they were in.
Makes total sense.
And they've got all this and he's like, is that you out of space? He's like, yeah, sure, you haven't been there.
You haven't been? And he's got his Grammy.
Yeah, this is me and, Al Gore, the president or whatever, and this is me with the Smashing Pumpkins.
Yeah, and then he's got it's like your son owns a factory. It's like the episode he buys the factory.
And it's so relevant. Poor old Grimesy.
Yeah.
I think the older you get, the more you can relate to him, and maybe people in our generation are like, yeah, shit, it's tough out there. It's really tough with, cost of living and COVID and this war going on. It's just like,
yeah, there's heaps going on.
Yeah, and then they're all just we're born at the right time.
Yeah.
So that was a pretty iconic one. And what else is there? I'm just going back on those top episodes. I think but the monorail one's my favorite. And
the monorail's great.
The one where Ned Flanders loses his shit when he's like he's trying to be super nice. Yeah, and he just goes insane. He goes mental, and it's like. Everyone can sort of relate to that.
And he just rips into everyone and you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what happens when you try to be super nice all the time. You got to, be human every once in a while.
The messaging is insane. As you get older, you realise, like I used to watch it in a way, I think it was my English lesson pretty much. I used to just watch it and I'm like, I reckon I learnt how to speak English that way. The Simpsons, you had Simpsons Rove. I mean, it wasn't the best, but you still learn.
That was peak, though. That was peak TV.
Simpsons. And I just think some of the lessons that you think, like, learn from that was just crazy. Like, now it's so deep, right? Even the one you said with Grimesy. The one that gets me, the side character, is old Gil. And I'm now like, I feel sorry for Gil. It's like, oh, you should have seen me. I almost made the sale.
Lionel Hutz is very, very good,
Lionel
too.
Hutz is, yes.
It's funny, like, just thinking of, like, lessons you learn. Bart and Lisa are coming at each other. Lisa's like kicking. It's like, if you get in my way, it's your own fault. And Bart's swinging his arms. I used to pull that move on my sisters all the time.
Did you?
So
Oh, man. And then did you have your
that was the
parents
most
go,
important life lesson.
Fight. And Homer does the thing with the pie.
Yeah.
It's your fault. Ow.
That's right.
Nah, it's iconic. And I owe a lot of the page to The Simpsons. Like my love for The Simpsons, Seinfeld. Are you Seinfeld man as well?
Not so much Seinfeld. Yeah.
I got into Seinfeld during COVID. I mean, I watched it previously before that, but I'm like, you know what? I'm going to binge the shit out of it.
Yep.
So that's where that logo design came from, the inspiration.
Yeah.
And then The Simpsons is like kind of what put me on the map because I used to do like Simpsons reviews.
Yeah.
Of like trying to get the sports narrative and mix it in with Simpson scenes.
Yeah.
And it was so niche, but it worked and it took off and then kind of allowed me to do other stuff as well. But
there's me and again, Jack McRae like loves Simpsons.
Yeah.
We used to laugh at this Facebook page. It's like AFL related Simpsons memes. So this was like back in
So
2014, 15.
a long time ago, yeah.
There was one with the Talia brothers. It's like how it was a Bart. He's off. He goes off on like secret like dates with. He goes hangs out with someone secret. I can't remember who.
Yeah.
And that one was like.
So Michael Talia.
The Talia brothers when all that stuff happened. And it's like, you've been off gallivanting with your brother Daniel, haven't you? And me and Jack like...
Oh, no, it was when Bart had another father.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
And then
but
Homer sitting on the steps like, where have you been?
Yeah, Bevo was Homer. And it's like talking about like you've been off with Daniel, haven't you? Telling him our secret game plans and stuff. And me and Jack are like, that was like the first one I remember. It was like so good, so funny. It is niche though, but it also
I'm glad
connects
that Jack
people.
McRae loves that. That's awesome. It's good to know. Some of you older boys are the ones that are like my I guess target audience. Brucey
loves
it too. He's a big fan.
Ed loves it too. Yeah.
Ed loves it.
Anthony Scott too.
Anthony Scott, yes. Duckwood Golf, shout out. But yeah, no. I think the Doggies boys were the first to get onto it. Like Liba loved a lot of the stuff. Every time Liba would post, I think he had like a young Henry deal, and I'm like, I'm like, where's the crab juice?
Yeah.
Mountain Dew and crab juice. All right, now I'm going to ask you. You talked about movies before. What are your top 3 favorite movies, and any sort of fictional character that you would love to hang out with?
Geez, that's good.
Let's go with the movies first. Top 3 movies. Shit movies as well. I don't want to know about. Don't give me Shawshank Redemption. Don't give me that. Give me like.
Geez, that makes me seem unoriginal. Now. Yeah, I was going to say that or Interstellar. Or something. Shit movies. Trying to think of some shit ones.
Rush Hour was perfect for that category.
Yeah,
too.
I do love Rush Hour.
White Chicks was another one that for me that was.
Yeah, I do. Well, I love Tropic Thunder as a shit movie as well.
That you chuck on.
Geez, I've been put on the spot.
Nah, sorry, man. I should have worded you up about this.
Thinking of like my
good
actual
movies.
Good movies. But no, I can't really.
Nah, that's right. A fictional character. Well, I'll tell you my shit movies, and then hopefully that gets you going. Yeah. I think White Chicks, Rush Hour, and Happy Gilmore. I reckon.
Yeah.
And in terms of fictional character, I'd love to hang out with, just because he's just unhinged, would be probably Happy Gilmore.
Yep.
Unhinged as hell, but I didn't like the recent one. Thought it was a bit shit.
That was awful.
But you know what it was? It was more reflective of the time. Maybe that's probably saying more about me.
Yeah. Well, like I've seen Happy Gilmore so many times.
Yeah.
Like even that peak of like those Adam Sandler movies, like Billy Madison, The Waterboy.
Stop looking at me, Swan.
Yeah. I used to love Mighty Ducks.
Mighty Ducks is my favorite. I try to get my partner to watch it every time. She's like, no more.
Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah.
But like I think like any Adam Sandler movie during the 90s.
Yeah. Longest Yard was good too.
Longest Yard was really good. Yeah. Jim Carrey movies really good.
Yeah. Now you're on it. Here we go.
Yeah,
we'll
it's hard to think a bit more.
This is basically what the page is. Like,
yeah,
I've watched
but I was thinking
this.
The Truman Show, which is a really good movie. It's not a shit movie.
Nah, I think it falls in between. I feels like one of those ones.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell had some really great ones with Anchorman.
Yeah.
I'm just basically giving a little insight.
The Other Guys, that's a really good one.
Yeah.
Underrated,
Aim for the bushes.
I reckon. Yeah. What's that?
He's like, aim for the bushes. You know what I'm thinking? Aim for the bushes and they just die.
And that whole scene with like the tuna thing and making the breathing apparatus. Did
that go the way you thought it was going to go? Nope.
I remember watching that the first time and I was beside myself. That was so good.
And when they're fighting and they're like fighting at the funeral. And they're like, it's great. Fictional character, who would you have?
Fictional character. From a movie or a TV series?
Anything. Who would you want to hang out with to be like, yep, let's grab some beers, let's get on the night on the town?
You go first and it might jog my memory.
I think Happy was one. The other one I'd say is Chris Tucker from Rush Hour, just because he's unhinged, but he can also fight. So that would be if I get into something, he can talk so much shit and he's going to be so much value, but I don't want to see him ever again.
Yep.
I want to see him that one night, that one mate that just chirps. Great value, incredible stories that you can give when you're with your mates.
So good. Straight to the massage parlour with Jackie as well.
This is what I'm talking about, Jackie.
I think, like now that I'm thinking of The Office as well.
Yeah.
Probably something with Michael Scott and Dwight would be a good
great.
night out.
Yeah.
A big How I Met Your Mother fan, so that with that crew, the How I Met Your Mother crew would be a good one,
great. No, not a fan of Creed.
Pardon?
Creed thoughts?
Creed?
Yeah, Creed. The guy.
Oh, sorry, Creed. Oh, no. See, that's someone you would avoid having a night out.
Probably
with.
Go locked up. But
geez, like Larry David or something like that.
From Curb would be great. Yeah, we could sit here and talk for days, Jongy. But I appreciate you coming on, man. It's been a pleasure. And good luck with everything you're doing. You're doing some amazing work, and you've definitely left your footprint on the game. And it's amazing. So thanks for coming on.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it. Cheers.